Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Michael Cohen Show. We are now at 60,000 on our journey to 100,000 subscribers. So if you like what you see, hit the like button and subscribe today. So right now I want to talk about two things. One, Saturday's shooting. And then afterwards, I want to talk about Judge Eileen Cannon's decision that literally just came down. Now, as it relates to the shooting, you may have seen my Twitter post or X post where I turn around and I said, regardless of whether you like somebody's positions or you don't like somebody's position, this attack on Donald Trump, this shooting, has no place in our society today. And I truly, truly believe it. My phone exploded, and with some of the most vile comments. And again, I don't care if you're Republican, Democrat, Independent. Some of the most vile comments, how anybody could want somebody to be assassinated. And again, you don't have to like his positions. I don't like his positions. I don't agree with virtually everything that comes out of his mouth. Not everything, but virtually everything that comes out of his mouth. I don't agree with. But that doesn't mean that I want to see this ongoing continuation of violence. It is absolutely uncalled for, and there is absolutely no place in our society for it. And that's all that I care to say about that. Now, what happened? Well, Eileen Cannon comes out with the decision. So let's go to the picture of the first page of that decision as I read out loud for you exactly what's going on here. Former President Trump's motion to dismiss indictment based on the unlawful appointment and funding of special counsel Jack Smith is granted in accordance with this order, ECF number 326. The superseding indictment is dismissed because special counsel Smith's appointment violates the appointments clause of the United States Constitution, U.S. Constitutional Article 2, Section 2, Clause 2. Special counsel Smith's use of a permanent indefinite appropriation also violates the appropriation clause that's under U.S. Constitution Article 1, Section 9, Clause 7. But the court need not address the proper remedy for the funding violation given the dismissal on appointments clause grounds. The effect of this order is confined to this proceeding. Now, I want to be very clear about something. Judge Eileen Cannon, who has been reversed plenty of times, and I believe that this is going to go to the 11th Circuit, they have their own issues when it comes to Judge Eileen Cannon. Her decisions throughout this entire case has been fraught with all sorts of improper actions and statements, and her loyalty, her fealty to Donald Trump is clearly demonstrated in this order, in this decision. This is now, again, another get out of jail free card for Donald. Talk about somebody who has luck. This goes way beyond luck, and including with this assassination attempt. First and foremost, let me say, I don't believe that it was a bullet that grazed him. There's so much misinformation that is swelling around this. I believe that the bullet probably hit a piece of glass, like maybe the teleprompter, and that flicked off and cut him on the side of his face. But there's no way in the world that a bullet grazed the side of the ear and didn't take off part of the ear. You're not talking about a 22 caliber here. You're talking about a much higher velocity bullet, would have required all forms of sutures and so on. So unlike some of these pundits that you see on television, I refuse to comment. I refuse to provide speculation. Let's wait for the FBI. Let's wait for Secret Service. Let's wait for law enforcement to come out with a proper decision and some information, some facts based upon what took place. I bring that up only because you talk about luck. That's what I was talking about. Luck. How is it possible that somebody can take documents, top secret documents from the White House, and have them transported to his social club, Mar-a-Lago, and stored there? And despite the multitude of requests and demands from the National Archives, he refuses to return them. Not only does Donald refuse to return them, but on top of everything, on top of it all, he starts showing these documents to people who are not authorized, who do not have clearance within which to see them. For example, you recall there was a recording of Donald bragging about and waving the papers around saying, you probably shouldn't be seeing this, and so on. He knew what he was doing was wrong. We also know for a fact that Donald himself was showing and discussed some information regarding one of our nuclear subs with an Australian billionaire. Now, why? What is the purpose of Donald providing any of this information to anyone? And it's more than just the fact that he wants to show off and show that he's still relevant. There's definitely more to this. And so they demand the return of it. Not only does he tell his folks not to return them, but he gets an attorney to sign an affidavit lying that they had searched the premises and that no additional documents exist on the property that need to be returned. And that was after they sent back a couple of boxes, where in fact, as a result of the FBI raid on Mar-a-Lago, determined that there were like 20 some odd boxes that needed to have been returned. Let's go one step further. You also are aware that Donald at one point in time told his IT guy to go ahead and to delete out the tapes showing the door and showing the video heading downstairs into the area where the boxes were being kept. Now, this is an open and shut case. It's open and shut. Had this case gotten to the court, this would have been even an easier case, a shorter in time case than the District Attorney of New York's case on the hush money case, as people like to call it. It's really a business record fraud and a campaign finance violation fraud. This one is a much simpler case to prove. And on top of that, it also carries much more strict penalties than, again, the hush money case. So why is it not going forward? Why is it that at every single turn, Judge Eileen Cannon has ruled in favor of Donald Trump? Well, it's based out of loyalty. Donald Trump appointed her to the bench, and she intends to remain loyal. The hope, of course, is that Donald wins the November election, becomes president of the United States, and who knows what Eileen Cannon, with all of her incompetence, with all of her fealty to him, who knows what she could ultimately become. Maybe she's in the running for attorney general. And if you think that as an attorney general, that she won't be equally as bad, if not even worse, hard to imagine, as Bill Barr, you would be absolutely inaccurate. She's doing this all for potential future. She knows that she can't be removed. You just can't fire a federal court judge. That appointment is for life. So she's now under the impression that by showing this fealty to Donald, that there's something even more in it for her down the road. And that's the problem that you see with all of these sycophants that are surrounding Donald Trump. They are all looking for things for themselves, whether it's these Wall Street billionaires, whether it's the tech guys, whether it's lawyers that are doing all of this for him, whether it's the sycophants and the Congress members that are around him looking for some form of an appointment, higher appointment than their congressional seats. They're all looking for something. And you know what? Donald Trump himself turned around and told you that he intends to fill the cabinet with loyalists. So to them, it's a great move. For the rest of us, it's a nightmare that will ultimately result in the end of our democratic republic. And you could take that to the bank. Hey everyone. First of all, thanks for watching. I mean, we're going to be posting daily episodes with reactions and talking about politics. We'll be talking about everything, in fact. So please like and subscribe. Join us on this journey.